there, I'm Coach Amy, Precision Nutrition, Certified Nutrition Coach with Results Fitness, and the recipe I have for you today is spaghetti squash jambalaya. So to get started for this recipe, you're going to need 1 medium spaghetti squash, 1 pound of chicken breast that's going to be diced up, 4 turkey sausage links that are going to be sliced, 1 bell pepper, 1/2 white or yellow onion, 2 stalks of celery, a 15-ounce can of tomato sauce, salt, pepper, and Cajun seasoning. So to get started, I already went ahead and cooked the chicken breast and the turkey sausage. So all I did was saute them until they were cooked through. The chicken is cubed, and as you could see, the sausages are just sliced into medallions. So that is all cooked and ready to go. I also have the oven set to 425. I have a casserole dish ready to go. So I also have all my veggies prepped. So the celery, onion, and bell pepper are all cut and ready to go. Next up, I'm gonna add those to my pan. And I already have the pan slightly oiled and warmed up, so that's ready to go. I'm gonna add just a little bit more olive oil. All right, and these are just gonna cook for a few minutes until they're slightly softened. And just like the chicken and the sausage, I'm gonna season these with salt, pepper, and Cajun seasoning as well. And as for the Cajun seasoning, I just have, it's a McCormick, basic Cajun blend. So whatever you find or prefer, by all means, use your preference. All right, so I'm gonna let this cook for a few minutes. And then to the spaghetti squash. So the spaghetti squash I already have cooked as well. So if you're not familiar with spaghetti squash, you're going to wanna slice it lengthwise down the middle and scoop out the seeds. The stem is on top. Also, be very, very careful because these are very hard, they're very thick, and it's gonna take a little bit of muscle to get in there. So just be very careful when slicing these. I put them in the oven face down on a foil-lined cookie sheet with about a 1/4 cup of water, and it will take about a half hour to 40 minutes. So you'll be able to feel when you squeeze the skin and there's some give, that's how you know that it's going to be done. So that is all set and ready to go. The veggies are cooking. So what I'm going to do next is take my casserole dish. The bottom layer of this is going to be the spaghetti squash, and I'm just gonna shred this directly in. So when you're shredding a spaghetti squash, say that one 3 times fast, you're just gonna take a fork and scrape along on the insides, and it's gonna come right out of there for you. So I'm just gonna scrape this directly into the casserole dish. Again, these they do take a little bit of work, so you see them put a little bit of muscle in here trying to get all the insides out. Make sure you get all those strings of the noodles. This is a good replacement too. If you like spaghetti and meatballs, you're looking for a little bit more of a low carb option, spaghetti squash is the way to go. All right, I'm gonna stir the veggies real quick. Have a runaway. Okay, I'm gonna do the other half. Now, if you have any trouble cutting the spaghetti squash or you don't wanna bake it, there are other options. So the other 2 things that you can do are, you can take a whole spaghetti squash, poke holes in it, just like you would, say a baked potato. And you could toss it in a crock pot with a little bit of water, probably about that 1/4 cup again. Kind of keep an eye on it for a few hours. And once again, once you feel that skin has some give and you could give it a little squeeze, that's how you're going to know that it's all done and ready. And the other option is to microwave it. Same thing, poke a bunch of holes, put it in a microwave safe dish. And in the microwave, I wanna say it's probably gonna take about 20-ish minutes. So either way are good alternatives, especially if you have a really big one and you don't wanna cut it, because they are very difficult to cut into. So just be mindful that there are other options if you don't wanna bake it. All right, so I have the bottom of my pan lined with that spaghetti squash. And we're just gonna give the vegetables 1 more minute to cook. They're softening up pretty good. I also prefer crunchier vegetables, so if you like them more on the crunchy side, feel free to cook them a little less, because this is going into the oven for probably another 15 minutes, so they're gonna continue to cook. All right, so to this, I'm going to add my diced chicken and the chicken sausage. I'm just gonna give this a quick stir. As you can see, that it's so loud. As you can see, this does make a lot. So this will make about 8 servings. This is a great dish to have, you know, if you have a large dinner. It freezes well, so if you have too much, freeze it in individual servings. Have it for a busy night when you could just pull out something and go. All right, and then I'm going to add my can of tomato sauce. All right, I'm just going to mix that all together. Now you can certainly add more sauce if you want this really saucy, you know, just, oh, oven's ready. Just looking at this and the size, you know, you could easily add a little bit more tomato sauce. It all depends on how you like it. All right. All right, so that's set and ready to go. I'm gonna put you on hold for 1 second, and I'm going to put all of this on top of the casserole dish. I'm going to pause it because I guarantee I'm going to make a mess and may drop a few F-bombs in there, so just hang tight. All right, I am back with my giant casserole. Okay, so I just put everything on top of the spaghetti squash. Again, if you want it to be a little saucier, feel free to add more tomato sauce, whatever you prefer. Same thing goes with the veggies. If you want them a little crunchier, cook it a little less. If you want them a little softer, cook them a little longer. But I'm gonna pop this in the oven for about 15 minutes to continue to cook those veggies and just help all the flavors mold together. So as always, I hope you enjoy this recipe. Send over any feedback if you enjoyed it, you know, anything different that you tried. And as always, have a fantastic day.